The Dark Artifacts. It came to pass that 3 powerful Dark Elf artifacts fell into the hands of Multiverse Talia and were imbued with sacred power. This gave her unimaginable powers and posed a problem for the sacred power-ignoring evil. Talia and the finally competent again evil had caught up with Multiverse Talia and Multiverse Tristan after an epic chase, having freed Tristan from his cage. Although epic here was more in the sense of tiresomely tedious.
Hear me, my dark replica. We are not here to wage war with you. This land suffered under the curse of the evil Dark Elf artifacts. It was our divine mission to purify them and, well, maybe claim a little bit for ourselves. Purely for scientific purposes, of course. Which basically means you want all the sweet evil power of the Dark Elves for yourselves. How refreshingly honest of you, do-gooder replica. This purified power will envelop us in its radiant light and protect us from your sinister machinations, and give me some time to figure out how we can get out of here alive. Oh, not another annoying light show. Where do these ridiculous magical trinkets come from, anyway? It's as if someone invented them just to annoy me. Whatever, they'll all end up in my collection anyway. And then your glittering little obstacle will be history.
Speak, diabolical Talia! Where has my esteemed counterpart gone? It seemed as if you two got along splendidly, like 2 squabbling roosters in a cage that was too small.
Ugh, that ungrateful jerk just took off as soon as I got his royal butt out of prison. But honestly, at least now I don't have to listen to his constant moralizing anymore. Sometimes problems solve themselves.
Inasmuch as these family feuds normally last until the heat death of the universe, we should just move on. The barrier was so radiantly good and holy that it blocked evil's every path to the overworld, as if someone had put up a good people only sign. Talia and the once again needed evil would have to find other exits from the dungeon to conquer the powerful artifacts and pulverize the annoying light barrier.
Your little snots have dug up a spider. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Payday. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
The heroes had become aware of the meticulously planning evil's machinations and were now ready to defend their precious artifacts. Apparently, they had nothing better to do than disturb evil while it collected magical items. How incredibly rude of them.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Payday! Your little snots have dug up a spider. You have discovered a number of lava lumps.
An entrance to the depths has opened in the dungeon.
One of your creatures has died.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
It's payday.
You have destroyed an entrance to the depths.
A gold vein is almost exhausted. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. The hero's wedding express was passing close by. Destroying it would not only feel good, but also generate a tidy amount of evilness.
Do not despair at this arduous undertaking, dear sister. One hand washes the other, and as promised, I am now here to stand by you in this dark, or perhaps bright, hour. At least temporarily. And only as long as no one dies, or gets hurt, or... you know what I mean.
Well, look at that. The noble knight is good for something after all. But keep your hands to yourself, understand? Don't you dare go taking your disgustingly radiant doppelganger as a role model. He's way too hand-cold.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
It's payday.
Entities poured into your dungeon through an entrance to the depths. The motivated evil's creatures had approached to within a few steps of the first Dark Elf artifact. You could already see the covetous gleam in their eyes, or what passed for eyes in some creatures.
Take it, pound it, and then smash everything to pieces. Oh, but don't forget to clean up properly afterwards. We are civilized villains after all.
Sure showed him.
The first Dark Elf artifact had been successfully evilized, and its sinister power was now at the planning-obsessed evil's disposal.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah. You could definitely destroy a lot with that. Devastation, chaos, and maybe even a few attractive holes burned into the landscape. For aesthetic purposes, of course.
The experimenting evil had used the power of the Dark Elf artifacts. A spectacular death ray hissed through the air, causing severe damage to the foe. Have eliminated an entrance to the depths.
The hero's wedding express was passing close by. Destroying it would not only feel good, but also generate a tidy amount of evilness.
The frustrated evil's creatures had approached the glowing barrier as far as their dark hearts would allow, which, unfortunately, wasn't very far. The barrier sparkled mockingly, as if to say, sorry, do-gooders only.
behind
At
it.
this point, the possibly somewhat disoriented evil should be discreetly reminded that it still had to find other exits from the dungeon in order to advance. Not that it was hard to find or anything, it was just dark, winding, and full of vicious monsters. What could possibly go wrong? An entrance to the depths appeared in the dungeon.
A gold vein is almost exhausted.
You have destroyed an entrance to the depths.
Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein.
The Dark Elf artifacts vibrated with reawakened power, and presumably with excitement at soon being used for shady purposes again.
A creature has become livid with rage. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
be swimming with dolphins for the starving Relief Society.
Evil Talia, we have a little surprise for you. Strengthened by the purified power of the cleansed artifacts, we can now send many more powerful troops up against you in daylight. Justice cannot be defeated so easily.
The battle-weary evil had to know that from now on, enhanced troops of heroes would march out of the hero fortress during daylight hours. As if its life weren't complicated enough already.
I'll just raise it to the ground, flatten it until only dust remains, and then I'll throw the dust into pretty little jars for my collection.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
An entrance to the depths has opened in the dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Entities poured into your dungeon through an entrance to the depths.
Defend the dungeon heart.
Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted.
A number of entities have entered your dungeon through an entrance to the depths.
Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
A number of entities have entered your dungeon through an entrance to the depths.
Enemies are in the dungeon.
An entrance to the depths appeared in the dungeon. At this point, the forgetful evil should be politely reminded that it still hadn't used the power of the Dark Elf artifacts. Not that it mattered or anything. Some people just like to collect magical items only to let them gather dust in their inventory.
Your little snots have dug into a spider nest.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
One of your creatures is furious and is on strike.
Ding dong, it's payday.
You have eliminated an entrance to the depths.
A number of nuns from the Order of Holy Rollers from the Broker's Hell were canvassing the area in search of donations. If the miserly evil had its way, that begging would soon come to an unpleasant end.
Entities poured into your dungeon through an entrance to the depths. An entrance to the depths has opened in the dungeon.
payday. You've dug into a spider room. Defend the dungeon heart.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Your throne room is under attack.
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Marie Antoinette's Cake for the Poor Express was whizzing by near the dungeon. Would the diabetic evil let it just do that? Your enemies are in the dungeon.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
payday.
An entrance to the depths appeared in the dungeon. Entities have entered your dungeon from the depths. You have destroyed an entrance to the depths.
Your gold vein is nearly exhausted.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Enemies are in the dungeon. Marie Antoinette's cake for the poor express was whizzing by near the dungeon. Would the diabetic evil let it just do that?
Entities have entered your dungeon from the depths.
Ding dong, it's payday. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
You have eliminated an entrance to the depths. An alternative dungeon entrance had been uncovered, presenting itself to the resourceful evil as a secret backdoor to success, as it revealed the path to another Dark Elf artifact. An entrance to the depths has opened in the dungeon.
Enemies are in the dungeon. Entities poured into your dungeon through an entrance to the depths. a certain Lord Stark was on his way to a merry wood-chopping contest in the capital. Intercepting him would probably yield a fair amount of evilness.
At this point, the forgetful evil should be politely reminded that it still hadn't used the power of the Dark Elf artifacts. Not that it mattered or anything. Some people just like to collect magical items only to let them gather dust in their inventory. The experienced evil once again activated the power of the Dark Elf artifacts.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
A number of entities have entered your dungeon through an entrance to the depths. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Your little snots have roused some lava lumps.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
An entrance to the depths appeared in the dungeon.
A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Payday. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon.
After all the back and forth, the power of the Dark Elf artifacts, another dungeon entrance had revealed itself to the persistent evil, like a long-sought key to a treasury full of evil possibilities, or the path to the next Dark Elf artifact. Who would have thought that detours are sometimes the fastest way to reach your destination? Except for anyone who has ever experienced a traffic jam.
By an amazing coincidence, the humanitarian community of Altruists collection was passing very close by the dungeon. Stopping it would generate quite a bit of evilness.
The recidivist evil once again reached for the Dark Elf artifacts. Apparently it had taken a liking to the whole death ray thing. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
You have destroyed an entrance to the depths. The Hoarding Evil's hordes now had the second Dark Elf artifact almost within reach. It shimmered temptingly before them, like magical bait for power-hungry creatures.
Let's grab it, snatch it, destroy everything that moves. Oh, and, bring me a nice cup of tea afterwards. I prefer the Dead Unicorn brand.
Valiant champions of light! I should really be helping you stop evil, but Talia is my stepsister and, well, we've settled our differences. Mostly. So now I'm kind of fighting alongside her. It's pretty confusing, even for me.
Mayday! The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Sister, my heroic bones beg for a respite from this exhausting carnage. Just a brief pause, then I'll be ready again for, whatever it is we want to destroy next. Or save. I'm starting to...
An entrance to the depths has opened in the dungeon. The Dark Elf artifacts vibrated with reawakened power, and presumably with excitement at soon being used for shady purposes again. You have eliminated an entrance to the depths. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. A gold vein has been mined out. The Swimming with Dolphins for the Starving Relief Society was moving a donation to a safe place. Unfortunately,
Having acquired the taste, Evil once again used the power of the Dark Elf artifacts. Second Dark Elf artifact had been subjected to the collection-loving Evil's will and duly evilized. This increased the power of the Death Ray even further, as if someone had turned the dial from painful to unbearably agonizing.
Even more powerful. Oh, that's practically my middle name, Talia. Even more powerful, the Dark Elf. Although my real middle name is actually Buttercup, but I'm not telling anyone.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
I'll be back.
payday. Creatures are collecting their pay.
The break worked wonders. I feel refreshed and ready for more heroic deeds. Or at least semi-heroic ones, depending on what you have in mind, sister.
Nothing can stop me.
The recidivist evil once again reached for the Dark Elf artifacts. Apparently it had taken a liking to the whole death ray thing. An entrance to the depths appeared in the dungeon. Entities poured into your dungeon through an entrance to the depths.
A princess, whose pumpkin carriage was being repaired, sped along near the dungeon. Would the fairy tale hating evil sit there idly and allow this to happen?
Armies of good! I'm supposed to put a stop to the destructive goings-on, but honestly, I'm in a bit of a tricky situation. While I'm generally one of the good guys, my stepsister, well, family ties are complicated. Sorry!
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
Talia, this endless battle is wearing down even my righteous soul. Could I take a little break? Just 5 minutes. I promise I'll fight bravely by your side again afterwards. Mostly.
The possessive evil's armies were close to the third and final Dark Elf artifact. You could practically smell the greed in the air. the scent of power, greed, and slightly scorched enemies.
Mine! All mine! Crush anyone who dares to take my artifact away from me. And afterwards, could you maybe clean my shoes? They've gotten a little dirty from my enemy's entrails.
You have destroyed an entrance to the depths. The experienced evil once again activated the power of the Dark Elf artifacts. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon.
And stay down!
An entrance to the depths has opened in the dungeon.
The Teletrouble Express for kiddies was on its way. Would it really be evil to destroy it? Questionable, but still it would bring in some evilness.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
The Dark Elf artifacts had regained their sinister power and were now waiting to be used by Talia and the item-wielding evil. You have eliminated an entrance to the depths.
Payday.
Entities poured into your dungeon through an entrance to the depths. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon. The recidivist evil once again reached for the Dark Elf artifacts. Apparently it had taken a liking to the whole death ray thing.
Heroes of justice! Normally, I would support you in your fight against evil, but, it's complicated. Technically speaking, I'm on your side, but at the same time, I'm related to the evil side. And somehow it worked out that we're now a team. Sorry.
All of the artifacts had successfully joined the dark side and been properly evilized. The good Talia's radiant barrier then dissolved like a sugar cube in the rain, only much more dramatically and with more explosive light effects.
This cannot be! Good cannot fall before the insidious malice of my sinister doppelganger. It defies all laws of, well, justice. And possibly physics, too. Yes, it can. Ha, 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 ha. Evil wins this time, just like it did last time, and probably will the next time, too. Get used to it, you cheap veggie knockoff.
Payday.
An entrance to the depths appeared in the dungeon. A number of entities have stumbled out of the depths into your dungeon. After all the back and forth, the power of the Dark Elf artifact you experienced evil once again activated the power of the Dark Elf artifact.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
That's the way I like it. Grind them to dust and spread them evenly across the ground for a well-maintained road surface. What do you think, my sweet good facsimiles? Oh, nothing more to complain about? Oh, yes, right, you're dead. How rude of you to just kick the bucket in the middle of a conversation.
As Talia reveled in murder and mayhem, she completely failed to notice that the doppelgangers had long since run off. The intoxicated by victory evil had apparently forgotten that dead enemies don't usually just disappear, although they do in games because of memory and stuff.
What? Treason! They ran off! After them! Now! Catch them, just like my runaway hamster, and then chop off their legs so they stay put. Just like my runaway hamster.
Sister? Talia, I need to talk to you urgently. While I was traveling with the two of them, I realized my feelings.
One more word. I'll cut out your tongue and use it as an ear cleaner or a paperweight. Either would be more useful than anything else you could add to what you've already said. Come on, let's chase down our doppelgangers and set the record straight. And by that, I mean, let's build a table out of their well-rinsed bones.